We were surprised as the rest of the world. We saw it a few minutes before he tweeted it, and we're saying, is this real? But it sounded like him when you read it, so yeah.
Right. Has that done anything for the platform, raised its profile?
It was, over the years we've had a number of high profile, maybe not as many that got that many stories, but it's, I think Medium's become the place where it's neutral, and if someone wants to tell their story or perspective, we're sort of the go-to place. So it helped with that, but it was one of many, really.
Do you have any insight as to why he chose Medium?
Well, people have said, should he put it in Washington Post, but obviously that probably doesn't make sense. It was a personal post and a personal story, and so, I don't know, hopefully we're the best option.
Fair enough. I wanted to ask you about how you think about going public. Is that something that you eventually want to get to, and how close are you watching this year's current crop of unicorns that are going public at a very quick pace? And does Uber and Lyft give you any pause?
Well, I think it's been a long time coming for a lot of companies, so I think getting some liquidity into these companies is a good thing. For Medium, it's not something that's on our immediate radar. Fortunate enough to be an early investor in Beyond Meat. Very happy about how that's gone.
And you, just to be clear for our audience, you led Series B.
That's right. Myself and partners at Obvious got involved in the company early, thanks to my partner Biz Stone, and we've just been tremendously happy about the response to that.
What do you think about their IPO? I mean, their value has, I believe, more than tripled at this point from that IPO price. Was there money left on the table for the company, and do you think about things like that?
That might be what that means, but the thing I think about is that the world is responding to this plant-based protein company in a way that is really exciting, because it started with seeming like a very niche product, and the goal was, of course, to make it mainstream, and we're seeing this kind of response. To me, is the exciting thing.
Are you surprised by Uber and Lyft that they haven't had such a great reaction?
I don't know. Haven't thought about them too much.
Fair enough. Now, I want to get to your views on social media. Kelly just mentioned when she introduced us that you've called it toxic before, and you were co-founder of Twitter. You were CEO for a long time too, and I know that you have stepped away, but how do you think progress has been, and how do you view social media right now?
Well, look, I don't think social media is all toxic at all. I think people forget there's a ton of great stuff that comes from social media. I think everyone having a voice, there's a lot of movements that happen because of social media that wouldn't happen otherwise. I think what we're seeing really on social media, it's really become humanity, and there's good and bad aspects of that. And the technology is still evolving. So I prefer to be an optimist and saying this is, we'll get through this period and figure out better ways to have a conversation as a society.
Does it need to be regulated, and what does that look like?
I think some regulation eventually for the internet is going to make sense, but I don't know what that is. I think you have to approach it carefully. I think just like most massive industries are regulated.
Does it come from the government, though, or does it come from the tech industry itself, regulation?